Hello, this is Larry from Geopath, and welcome to the Geopath Learning Lab. This is a second part in media measurement overview, and we'll discuss the differences in how each medium defines an impression. The common currency used across most media channels are impressions, which are total duplicated views of an ad. However, the way each medium accounts for these impressions is quite different. There are several types of impressions used in the advertising world. Served impressions, which means the ad was delivered in the advertising space. A viewable impression, which is when the ad is delivered and has an opportunity to be seen. Opportunity to see, or OTS, is what most media use as their basis to calculate impressions. But there's a better way. An ad seen by the audience is much more valuable and a more precise way to measure an exposure. That is what we are doing for Out of Home. Nielsen reports TV viewerships during an average minute segment. TV's impressions are built on the premise of opportunity to see and assumes that every viewable impression is an audience impression. Of course, we all know that people may be engaged elsewhere during a commercial break, but it is the accepted standard. Nielsen Audio reports radio listenership in an average quarter-hour segment. And like TV, audible impressions, radio's version of viewable impressions, are considered audience impressions. Again, the assumption is that you listen to the commercials. Digital impressions are a fascinating topic. For 20 years, digital has been at the top of the media food chain for its direct response and transactional capabilities with click-through rates that made it the golden child of measurement. As digital has moved away from clicks, there's been a lot of scrutiny around audience delivery due to non-viewable ads and other measurement issues. Recent studies show that less than half of all desktop display impressions have an opportunity to be seen, and the numbers are even lower for mobile and video ads. There's several reasons why a digital ad impression may be served but may not be viewable. The user leaves the page before 1 second is up. The user doesn't scroll down far enough to see the ad. The user has ad blocking software. And a proxy server, crawler, or spider, basically not a real person, opens the page. Print impressions are a simple function of the number of copies in circulation times the pass-along readership of a publication. For example, a magazine may print 1 million copies, but a single copy can be read by multiple people. Think of a waiting room, or multiple people to describe a household reading the publication. Print ads are assumed to have been viewed based on the opportunity to see definition of viewable impressions. When we launched Eyes on Impression years ago, the out-of-home industry jumped ahead of all other media by factoring in if an individual actually saw or noted the out-of-home unit, and didn't just have an opportunity to see it. It's a big differentiator for the out-of-home industry. We provide the most valuable type of impression, audience-based impressions. The simplest way to explain audience impressions is to break down the calculation. Don't worry, we're not going to force you to do math here. Let's just review the concepts. Served impressions are equivalent to circulation or people around the display. Viewable impressions take those served impressions and adds in the element of coming into contact with the display or the opportunity to see. Lastly, we add the factor of visibility through our eye tracking research to get audience impressions. The out-of-home industry has invested time and resources to develop a visibility-adjusted impression-based metric that accounts for seen impressions, not just the opportunity to see. That makes out-of-home impressions more valuable and precise than any other media. Here's some things to remember. Advertisers want solid, data-based evidence that their advertising dollars are spent wisely. Understanding the difference in the way impressions are reported is an important first step in expanding our conversations with our advertisers. Geopath has developed a location-based methodology that includes viewing of out-of-home ads. That visibility factor provides a higher quality of impression based on the audience seeing them. Thanks for listening, and we hope you found this topic of interest. If you would like more information or have questions, please reach out to us at geekout@geopath.org.